Let's dive right into this explainer, where we're going to transform the subjective art of men's professional dressing into a totally objective, science-backed strategy. You know that feeling, right? Staring blankly into your closet in the morning, just silently hoping your clothes will magically assemble themselves into the perfect outfit for the day's meetings? Well, today, we're taking the guesswork out of it entirely.
Because here's the really fascinating reality. Before you even introduce yourself, before you shake a single hand or hand over a business card, the human brain is already registering your color palette. Literally in a matter of milliseconds, the people in that room are making subconscious, split-second judgments about your trustworthiness, your authority, and your overall competence, all purely based on the colors you decided to throw on that morning. Crazy, right?
So we're going to decode this subconscious science today by covering first the silent language of color, then we'll hit psychology and color theory, followed by the visual math of style, some absolutely reliable power combinations, and finally a few quick rules for success. Let's jump right into section 1, the silent language of color, and see exactly how this builds the foundation for our visual communication. You see, specific hues trigger incredibly consistent psychological signals across the board. When you wear navy blue, you aren't just wearing a color, you're actively signaling trust and stability. That's exactly why it is the absolute gold standard for job interviews. Now, if you need to project serious, heavy-hitting authority for, say, a board meeting, charcoal or black is your weapon of choice. On the flip side, if you're delivering a massive pitch and want to exude competence and dynamic energy, burgundy is perfect. For everyday neutrality, gray is your best friend, while a crisp white shirt provides that universal base of clarity. Need to come across as approachable and casual? Brown or tan is the way to go. Even light blue comes in handy to project calm and soften up those darker suits. Basically, every single color is a tool, and knowing when to deploy them is half the battle. Moving right along to Section 2, Psychology and Color Theory, specifically harmonizing colors. How do we combine all these tools without clashing? We'll start with complementary colors. These are the ones sitting completely opposite each other on the color wheel. And because they're exact opposites, when you wear them together in small doses, they create a super memorable statement. Think about pairing a bold orange or rust tie against a neutral navy blue suit. That high visual contrast instantly draws the eye. It's an absolutely fantastic strategy when you really need to command the room's attention. On the flip side, we have analogous colors. Basically, these are neighbors on the color wheel. Think about pairing a navy suit with a lighter blue shirt and maybe a teal tie. Since these colors are so closely related, they create a really calm, low-tension harmony. So if you're working in a highly conservative corporate environment like traditional finance or law, this analogous route is for sure your safest bet. It gives you a harmonious, completely put-together look that never offends the eye. And that sense of psychological harmony is exactly why top executives absolutely love monochromatic styling. Monochromatic dressing just means using different shades of one single hue. Imagine rocking a light gray shirt, a mid-gray tie, and a dark charcoal suit. It looks incredibly sophisticated, it reads as highly intentional, and honestly the best part, it completely eliminates morning decision fatigue. You literally don't even have to think about whether the colors match, because they inherently do. Okay, now we're transitioning from the art of color to the actual mathematics of dressing. In Section 3, the visual math of style, focusing on proportions and contrast. Did you know men's stylists actually borrow this next concept directly from interior design? It's called the 60-30-10 rule. The idea is that roughly 60% of your outfit, which would be your suit, should act as your dominant neutral base. Then 30% is your secondary color, which is your shirt. And that leaves exactly 10% for your accent piece, like a tie or a pocket square. This right here proves exactly why the tie is the scientifically perfect place for your boldest color. Sticking to this precise ratio keeps the observer's eye moving naturally upward, anchoring their attention right where it belongs, directly on your face. So, the really crucial point to grasp here is value contrast. We aren't just contrasting colors, we're contrasting lightness and darkness. A deeply dark suit paired with a crisp, stark white shirt creates a natural, highly authoritative frame directly around your face. This is precisely why a white or pale blue shirt is always going to photograph better and read as way more commanding than wearing some mid-tone shirt. You're using that stark contrast to literally highlight your expressions as you speak. It's like a spotlight for your face. But hey, you might be wondering, why does the exact same navy suit look incredibly sharp on one guy, but somehow dull and flat on another? Well, it's all about skin undertones. Your clothing has to interact with your personal biology. If you've got warm, yellow, or golden undertones to your skin, you're going to look incredible in earthy colors like browns, olive, and mustard. But if you have cool, pink, or blue undertones, you need to stick to true blues, stark grays, and deep jewel tones like burgundy. So it's not the suit's fault if it looks bad. It's just the wrong relationship for your specific undertone. Next time, blame your biology, not your tailor.
All right, let's pull all this theory and math together into actual formulas you can start using today. Welcome to Section 4, Reliable Power Combinations and Reliable Suit Pairings.
Okay, here are your heaviest corporate hitters. First up, the absolute benchmark of power, the navy suit, crisp white shirt, and a burgundy tie. This combination pairs high-trust navy with high-confidence burgundy. It is absolutely perfect for first client meetings or major presentations. Next is what we like to call the senior leadership uniform, a charcoal suit, light blue shirt, and a navy tie. This one's a bit cooler, a bit more serious, and it projects serious understated authority. Finally, we have the black suit and white shirt combination with a black tie. Now listen closely. You should really save this one for evening events or highly formal ceremonies. If you try wearing this as your daily office wear, you honestly risk looking like you're heading to a funeral or a job interview. Now, what if you need a more expressive or approachable register? Say you work in a creative industry or you're managing a team and just want to seem a bit more accessible. Well, these are your go-to combos. You can easily inject warmth and approachability with a season-neutral gray suit, white shirt, and maroon tie. Or try a tan suit with a pale blue shirt and a brown tie for a really creative, warm vibe. Got a big pitch where you really need to be remembered? Bring back that complementary contrast we talked about earlier. A navy suit, white shirt, and a bold gold tie. And if you want to slightly soften up the severe, cold nature of a navy suit without losing any of your formality, pairing it with a pale pink shirt and a navy or burgundy tie works absolute wonders.
To wrap this all up, let's look at Section 5, Quick Rules for Success. These are rapid-fire guidelines you can use every single morning. Rule number 1, match the formality of the room first. Look, the most brilliant tie combination in the world isn't going to fix an outfit that violates the office dress code, right? Rule 2, keep at least 2 of your 3 garments, that's your suit, shirt, or tie, completely neutral. Let only one piece carry a strong color or pattern. Rule 3, if you're ever in doubt, just default to monochromatic or analogous. The gray or navy family is virtually impossible to mess up. And finally, Rule 4, save that high-contrast complementary color styling for those big pitches and creative offices, not conservative law firms. Oh, and there's one final touch that separates a merely good outfit from a truly great one. Your accessories matter. You should always match your metal accents in tone. Your watch, your belt buckle, and even your glasses frame should coordinate with your suit's temperature. Silver-tone metals perfectly complement cool palettes like your navy, gray, and charcoal suits. Meanwhile, gold-tone metals are exactly what you want for warm palettes, like tan, brown, and olive. It's a small detail, but it ties the whole shebang together. However, before we send you off to upgrade your wardrobe, we do need to pause for one critical warning. Color meaning is deeply cultural, and it is definitely not universally shared across the globe. For example, while a crisp white shirt signals precision and clarity in the West, you've got to do your research when traveling. In certain East Asian business contexts, white is actually the color of mourning, not purity. You always want to make sure your clothing is sending the message you actually intend for the specific region you're operating in. Well, there you have it. Now that you've got the visual math, the psychological signals, and the exact power formulas laid out right in front of you, you are officially in control of your silent communication. So I'll leave you with this final thought to ponder. For your next big meeting, the next time you step into a boardroom, what exactly will your colors say about you before you even have the chance to speak a single word? Make sure it's a message you actually want to send.